Here we are at day 6. Day 6 of Inktober here, guys. Day 6 bouquet. So let's wait for a few of our participants to join in. So let's wait for a few more of our participants to join in before we proceed any further. Let's see who's the first to come in today. I don't understand why there is a black lining at the bottom. Yes, Falguni, Karthik, good morning, people. Let me just readjust and reposition the camera. For some reason, I'm not satisfied with the way the whole thing looks. So what you're seeing is okay. I don't know, guys. I don't understand why there is a black spot at the bottom, and I'm not able to get that corrected. I'm trying. So let's do the best with what we have. All right. So here we are, day 6 bouquet. So when you think of bouquet, it's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, there isn't any room for thinking here. So it's very straightforward, and you can just say that there is a bouquet of flowers, for example. That's a very classic thing. Or another way that you can think of it is, yes, hello Hema, hello Lakshmi, hello Pooja, hello Ma, Sushmita, good morning everyone. So another way that you can think of bouquet is, let's talk about a bouquet of qualities, or the bouquet of qualities that you want to have. Maybe this can be a manifestation practice. In fact, I made a sketch with art, where I'm showing art, love, all these different qualities that I want to have, and I asked them, so what is the quality that you wish to have? So all of this is very much possible with bouquet. What we are going to be drawing today is a flower, is a simple flower, and that's how we're going to be showing bouquet here. All right, so let's do this. Just give me a minute. Yes, I think it's fixed now. It's fixed now. Now you can no longer see the black box. It's just, I don't know, just a small bug there. Okay, so let's begin. And I cannot wait to start. So today we are going to be starting with the pencil sketch itself. Okay, we're going to be starting with the pencil sketch itself. Congratulations to everyone who came in just on time. I can imagine you all holding your phone and waiting on your drawing table. When is it coming? When is it coming? When are we starting? And I love this excitement. This is exactly the excitement and the tribe I want to have. First is, for the sketch that we are going to be making, I'm going to be drawing a line along the center, because I want to centrally position this. Okay, this is my first thing. I want to position this centrally. So you can just check for symmetry if this and this is coming, if this and this is working. So it's working fine. Then I want to decide on the levels here. So here is the base and here is the top. So I know that no matter what, my drawing will not exceed this on the top and this on the base. Always is how we start. Then the next thing is, since this has a cup and flowers, I need to divide. So here is how much the cup is going to be. See, notice the cup is not more than 1/3 of the entire drawing. You don't have to make it more than 1/3. Some people make the cup this big, no, or some people make it this small. You can make it almost like 1/3 of the entire line. Okay, hope that's making sense. Just divide and see if this is how well this is coming. If how well this division is coming for you. Then after that, the next one is I want to decide on how big the flowers are going to be. So for that also I just draw a line here, here's this, and here's just the flowers. So now I need to draw out the bigger shapes here. So for example, here I can draw a large circle. All right, I can draw a large circle here, and that is what this is about. Large circle, and this is what this is about. So a flower, whatever I'm drawing, needs to fit within it. See, you understand things. So we'll start by just drawing out shapes here. Here I'll draw one more shape, and that will be the next flower. The next flower I'm drawing, that will be the next bigger shape. Here I'm taking a more bud like shape. So here and here, for this one I'll take and I'll take an oval. All right. Then here for the cup, I can simply draw this a spherical or a hemispherical shape just with an opening. Make sure that this cup that you're drawing is symmetrical around the axis. That's one thing that you don't want to mess up, right? You don't want to. You want to make it symmetrical around it. Okay, so right now this is what your drawing looks like. So make sure that the left side and the right, they all match. Okay. Then for the next one, for the next shape, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out the shape of the flowers by first starting to simply draw out one ray outside here. So before you draw the entire flower, simply draw the ray. Sorry for that, guys. So you draw the ray. All right, so you just simply draw the ray, and from that you can develop everything else. Once you have the ray, you can simply extend. You can simply work on the shape of this. So imagine each of this is like a piece of paper, and you're simply drawing them out. So you're simply drawing the pieces of papers and putting them together. So each of the flower petals is can be like shaped like this, like a paper piece. One going this way, one going the other direction. But what matters is how well you put the pieces together to form the shape. One mistake that we often make when we are drawing flowers is we tend to draw all of them exactly the same way, all the petals exactly the same way, making it perfectly symmetrical. Remember the flower that we used to draw in childhood, right? You don't want to draw that, but instead you want to draw something that looks more organic. So you can just extend it and make this bigger. Right, here's a flower. Then here I'm drawing out the stalk here. Here's this. Then here's another petal that I'm drawing here. Again, like another paper piece that I'll later be putting together. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I don't think YouTube Live has that feature actually. YouTube Live doesn't have that split screen feature. I would love it though if we could have that dual screen or split screen feature. Nope, no options for that. It would be great. Yes, I completely agree. See, for that thing, the only thing is that I have shared the image in Drive. So, you can simply, I've shared the image in Drive. You can in fact find it. The Drive link that I shared, you can find it under Inktober 2022 Day 6 Bouquet. So you can simply open it on your, if you're joining it from your phone, open the folder on your system, or if you're seeing it from your system, open this from your phone. Right, you can open it in a separate system on your own because you already have the reference. And here, I'll draw this. I wish though YouTube had a split screen feature, made it more friendly for artist who wants to show tutorials. See here, notice the shape of this, how each of these paper pieces fold around the basic shape that I draw. So the first shape that you're drawing it in a way that you want to all right. So now here is our entire drawing here. Again, yet again, like I promised, in 10 minutes, we have made the sketch. So here's the leaf. Let's draw another leaf here. Let's draw a few more leaves. It's going to come here. A few more leaves that are just going to come here. And start off with the leaf. Then the next thing is I can draw out these lines because these will form the contouring for the hatching. Without wasting any time, let's move into the inking part. So for this one, I am using a 005 pen. I'll be using a 005 pen for most of the details and inking. All right, so now here, so we have 20 participants here so far. Now the next thing is, I want to start by simply outlining, and I'm going to start with this cup here. Here, just outlining these petals here. See, notice how I'm going for a more dotted line approach and not going very rigid on these petals because that helps me create a rather soft look for these petals. You understand? Sometimes I don't complete these lines. I'm just going very casually, very light. You don't have to force any of these lines to come. Just let it develop organically. Just let it develop light. Start with only outlining. For the leaf, you can go for a more complete approach where you're fully drawing the line. Whereas for the flower, in order to get that softness, in order to get that softness, for the flower. I can do with a little bit of, see, very light incomplete lines, and that's okay. Right? And the same thing I can go for this. See, for the stalk, notice how I'm drawing complete, pretty bold lines. Make sure that your hand movement is neat and coherent. As you're drawing, your hand movement is very neat and coherent. So for this one, let me try with the zooming in for much more clarity. So let's just very slowly just ink this out, very light lines. When you're drawing a flower, your hands has to go very light. Like it's almost like you're caressing a flower, right? You wouldn't forcefully scratch upon a flower. You would like to caress it lightly. There. So here's your drawing for now. Now the next part that I want to do is I want to work on the vase. So for the vase, what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to put in a few of these lines so that I can just get this shape on point. Okay, so you can use a 0.1 or a 0.005 pen, whatever feels most comfortable to you. And let's draw some of these lines here. Make sure as you're drawing them, your lines are in fact following the contouring. See, slightly curved lines, and you can simply draw them to show that it's part of this. And similarly, you can cross hatch curved, very light but curved lines, and that's it. You can be this. You can also, as an added touch, right, apply very less pressure. That's the key, right? And here, as an added touch, we can simply highlight the shadows here. Again, use a bolder pen for this. For the shadow, use a bolder pen, and simply you can just simply use a bolder pen, and that's it. And similarly, you can create a ground here so that there is a certain context in which this is placed. Okay, these are all tips that you can use to increase depth in your drawing. Just giving it these small touch-ups. I'm happy with this. Then the next thing that I want to do is I want to work on the flowers. So for the flowers, it's very simple. The key concept when you're drawing flowers, okay, so I have this zoomed in, so I want you to be very, very careful. All right, I want all eyes here, all attention here. So now when you're drawing a flower, you got to pay attention to how the shape of this goes. So earlier we had told that this is looks like a folded piece of paper. So here notice how this folded piece, the contouring lines of this are going this way. I had explained in great detail about contouring lines in yesterday's live session. So yesterday's feedback session, to those of you who missed it, it's a big miss, but never mind. So here we go this way. Okay, so notice the shape of this. You got to kind of imagine moving your hand around this and see how that feels. That's how you should be drawing. I'm also using a very light pen, 003 pen, because I want my strokes to be as light as possible. Notice now what I'm doing here. I'm simply putting a few lines along the contouring direction here. Let's do that here also. Here then there is a centerpiece. I can just draw there is a centerpiece here. You can just simply texturize. Notice how by using the lightest of pen, I'm creating this effect. So now a big mistake that a lot of you are going to make is when you're drawing, let's say here is a petal here. Mistake that a lot of you are going to make. Okay, here's a petal here. Mistake that you are going to simply draw like this. A lot of you are going to simply draw like this. But instead pay attention. Let's say a petal is like this. Pay attention to how the lines go. Notice how the lines come towards each other in this one end and simply tend to spread out. Here also they tend to spread out. And then here you want to place lines deliberately along it so that I can feel the shape of this going. See, leave a good amount of gap between lines and that's it. You see the difference between both. So this is what you want to try and bring. Let's do the same for the few other lines as well, okay? So the same for the few other areas as well. Sometimes you can simply work only along the edges. You need not draw fully along a petal line. Just keep it very light and very subtle. Just a few lines along here. What about this one? And finally, I can, once I have the necessary lines I want, I can simply darken along the central parts. When you're drawing flower, you only need to darken the central portion and that helps create a good amount of depth here. You just need to only darken the central portion and that's it. Notice how a combination of both is creating a really stunning visual effect. That love the way this has come out. I want to add a few more petals here. Then let's do the same for the other petals. So let's first zoom in and let's go a little closer. Again, you can simply start off by drawing out the pencil lines. See, these pencil guidelines for contours helps really structure the petal. Otherwise, with directly with pen, it isn't easy. So you start by structuring these lines and then Similarly, let's do this as well. Yeah, see a few lines there, and that's it. Love the way this has come out now. In fact, if you want, you can work with these minimal strokes or just add a few more lines here to just help show the point and that. So, how many of you are getting this effect? Now, for this leaf, you can simply darken along one of the sides. You can simply darken along one of these sides here. Let's darken this side as well. See, notice here for this one, I'm just using a 005 pen and simply adding multiple lines to get the level of depth. Let's do the same for these, just drawing out a few lines. And similarly, I want to get this stalk cross as well. So you can draw a center line for the leaf and simply draw veins running across both the sides. See, you don't have to, when you're cross hatching the leaf, you don't have to cross hatch the leaf like this. You don't have to draw out a regular leaf and cross hatch it like this, right? That just takes away its character. Instead, here you can do it, okay? Find it. Just go to day 6 bouquet, it should be there. Either ways, I'll just share it in the WhatsApp group. I think I can do that actually every day before drawing. Thanks for the suggestion. Every day before the drawing, I can also share the reference image in the WhatsApp group so that will help you. Yeah, superb. I think I can do that from here on. From day 7, from tomorrow, I'll share the reference image right then and there. So you can use that. Yes. So similarly, I want to, yeah. Finally, we are there. So now all I need to do is I can simply darken some of these edges. That's what I want. And see, I can even darken. I can take an even bolder pen and simply streamline these lines together. Right. Sure. Thank you for being so helpful, Pooja. Appreciate that. So here you draw this, and we can do this. Right. Similarly, I can simply darken this petal here. Just getting this kind of depth. And finally, it's just the small touches that we are doing here. I'm drawing. Yeah. And that's it. That's our day 6 bouquet. Day 6 bouquet, y'all guys. How do you like that? Let's just darken these edges. So these centers. See, whenever you're drawing flowers, simply darken this edge. Don't outline the entire flower. That doesn't work. Don't outline the entire flower, but instead just darken the central and the most essential parts. Here also I'm only darkening this edge here. Only darken this edge here, and that's it. Right? That's it, guys. Day 6 bouquet is here. So now you have a drawing in hand, woke up, the first half an hour you have done something, you accomplished something. How many of you are super proud of what you did today? For a lot of you, this must have been a new learning experience as well. Let's erase off the unnecessary marks and the stains. A lot of the beauty of the flower comes when you leave negative spaces, when you leave white, when you are leaving white spaces, that's when the beauty of the flowers come in. See, if you simply filled the drawing with lines, right, like our first tendency was, now I'm slowly dissuading you from doing that. But if you're like your first tendency, if you had to only fill these lines, then it wouldn't look that great. It will just look stuffed. Day 6 bouquet. Tomorrow we'll see again. And what day is it? I think tomorrow is day 7. I think it's trip. Day 7 trip. Yes, day 7 trip tomorrow. So super excited. Take care. Wishing you all the best. Have an amazing day. Yes, day 7 is trip. Day 7 is trip, not maths. Day 8 is maths. And we'll see you again. Take care.